just going to Google it as we just set in this wing view. AP is very powerful. Yeah, I think I just saw that. Just quickly looked at it. It's running, lovely. Woo! I can't wait to get out of this place. Flightbeam. Update the scenery now. I've seen what you did with Denver. Please do it to this airport. So yeah, now we're on Echo. And we'll taxi over to Kilo, all the way from Kilo to the start of the run, or to the full length. That's what we've calculated. So.
Pushback complete. Set parking brakes.
Parking brakes set. So it's the same like Sydney, Fly Tampa Sydney, poorly optimized, poorly optimized. And you'll see at Denver like how much potential sceneries can have. Anyway, we're just going to sit here, wait for GSX to disconnect. We'll do the flight control check. Full left. Central, full right. Central, all the way down, and all the way up. That's central.
And
right up, full left. Central, full right. Is this central or neutral? There we go.
Disconnected and clear.
Apparently the giveaway has just ended, so... there you go. 4.75. Neutral. The flight is 3 hours. Anti-ice not needed. Recall, just the T-gas. We'll get that going actually in the US, so as soon as we start taxiing, we'll get TA. Well, we'll set TA-RA, but it'll be TA only in
clear
here.
left and clear right. Disconnecting now. Has a good flight.
Flight controls have been checked. It's just said left is clear, right is clear, so we'll take that off. Flaps 5. I'll go wait for the marshal to give well, that was the wave. 700. 776, nice. Right. There we go, take that off. Get rid of that. Release the parking brake. You may be able to just taxi. Yeah, so like. I'll pick the window when we're in the air. Not instantly in the air. When we're in the... Maybe in the cruise, or maybe just before we get to the top of climb. It's just one winner. Not really sponsored by Sim Market, so I'm not going to spend 50 quid. Thordor, hello. Right, maybe you can go off. Yeah, Gleam.io tries to get the multiple accounts not to like work, basically, with IP, but some people can obviously like use VPNs, but I have turned on a setting where you shouldn't be able to do it. You can tell the PBR of the aircraft compared to its default non-PBR ground scenery looks very odd, but hey ho. I'm not using a tomato shade profile. Yeah, it is dark. It could be the tomato shade preset that I'm using. Did I shut down CPU? What? AP, sorry, CPU. Does it say it's running there? And it does say off there, so we're all good. Did you guys really all just make me turn off this APU? Anyway. Can't go any faster than 25. I think Denver uses PBR. I can't remember. Denver version 3. It may do. You need to ride the brakes actually. Just keep going. Right to the end. With the strobes this time, yeah, I'm sorry about that video, guys. I don't know. I literally I didn't even realize I didn't turn them on. Like until I was editing the video, I was like, I didn't even turn on the strobes. Like within the whole recording time, the whole flight, I did not realize until I started editing. It was like it was just wasn't a thing. It was so weird. Because normally I remember that I've forgotten something. But luckily we're not flying online or anything. Okay. And there shouldn't be anyone landing, 1 line left. So we should be able to get to go on. Yeah, that's why you should still use greases, checklists when you've been flying for what? Years and years. One moment. Sorry, noisy people. Well, I'm using this checklist, but anyway. I do have checklists, but I didn't use them. I want to be a real pilot. I have to use a checklist now just so I can be a real pilot. Anyway, get rid of the parking brake. I did set that. So, weather on. Don't move aircraft. We'll zoom out now. Everything's looking good. We'll actually bring this down and set it to the other mode. That's the wrong button. That's autopilot disconnect. There we go. About 50%. And so you go.
Check thrust.
Oh, thank you.
Thrust
There we are. Thrust is set 87, 88%. Airspeed is alive. Very quiet actually. 100 knots.
B1.
E1 and rotate. Come on. There we go. What's the rate of climb? Get her up. Yeah, it's very dark out there actually. Now it's very bright ahead of us actually. With the, there's no clouds. Maybe the cloud shadows. We may have to turn down how much it affects all the darkness of the shadow. There's R&D preset, so unless Rex Environment Force is overriding, could be. Come on, speed. There we are. Now accelerating. Autopilot can go on.
Autopilot on. Autopilot
I'm not doing it now. Look at that. The auto just like cuts off there, but whatever. There's light can go off. There's landing lights. Sorry. Sorry, squeaky chair. I just need to like end the squeakiness by doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna set the current heading, and the flats can do the raw instead. I need to get that piece of paper. If these planes are boring, don't watch the stream. There's no point coming in and saying it's boring. Right, 40,000. You can't see the oxygen. Wait, did that just update the clouds? Or was it no? How'd you get the new voices in GSX version 2? I got it earlier. I activated the voices, they're not working. They don't come with GSX version 2. It's an add-on. Do exclamation mark GSX and that will get it to you. That'll get a link. It's a simple installer. So. Well, okay. You find this ultimate, that's fine. I'm just saying, I'm not a fan of jets. So. I prefer these planes, yeah, I do. What'll be good as well in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, these airports will be hopefully photoreal. Hopefully. That'd be kind of nice. Because it looks so much better than what we have then. Right. Unless you actually have Senior installed. I don't know if you can see dollars. You're just about seeing it. It loads in perfectly well at the Orbx. Anyway, 10,000 feet, lights coming off. Just a strobe beacon and nav light can stay on. And now we're out of Washington dollars. FPS is it's in the rise. Cool. And now we're accelerating up to, well, basically free speed. Well, speed isn't free. Unrestricted. There we go. That's a better word. 787 looks gorgeous as well. So the aircraft is going to speed up, and then we'll start the proper climb again. We may get into... I don't know how to pronounce. I should know. Indiana? I don't know. The US pronounce things different. If I want to be a pilot, I definitely want to start off the EasyJet. Not a Johnny copycat or anything, but definitely start off with EasyJet. But I do want to get long-haul Boeing in the future. Start, like, if I can be a pilot, I definitely want to start off in the Airbus, flying with EasyJet. V3D Division 4 Master Race, you could be getting some sort of what's the word? EasyJet all the way. Heavy car, oh yeah. Cargo's great because you don't have a route and fly back. Sometimes you have a route. You could go around the whole world flying multiple routes until you go back to your main base, which is kind of cool. Anyway, so cargo, yeah, that's what Chewie said. Chewie, he said if he was to become a real pilot, he would love to fly cargo.